Hey guys, how you doing? We got another update here. China and India currently in a standoff in an area known as the Chicken's Neck, real close to Bhutan in the Himalayas. Basically, China was trying to build a road in that region that they say was their territory. India, in doing so, they bulldozed 2 Indian bunkers that were in the region. Bhutan said that China was breaking past treaties that they had with them, and basically it's led to one of the longest standoffs that we've had between China and India since the war that they had back in 1962. But now it seems like it's blowing up a little bit more. Chinese state-run media, their propaganda machine, is painting India as the aggressor in this, and they've stated that full-scale war, long full-scale war could happen between the two countries if India does not withdraw their troops immediately. Of course, India and Bhutan are both stating that that area does not belong to China, and that China should remove themselves. And for the past month, no one's really moved at all. It's been eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation. They're actually switching out troops and different shifts. Like these guys are literally lined up looking at each other. Their rifles are pointed down, but they're creating this line, and each side hasn't budged, and it doesn't look like each side's going to budge. Basically, India's come out and said, China, you can't walk all over us, we're not going to let you. And China stated that they are willing to go to war over this. In the Tibet region, earlier this week, this past weekend, we saw China have live fire exercises that kind of simulated them invading India. So this is a very serious situation. And with those live fire exercises taking place, they're about 700 kilometers from the Sikkim border where this standoff is happening. But we're being told that tens of thousands of tons of military equipment from China has been moved to that area. And for them to cross that 700-kilometer distance will only take them around 7, maybe 8 hours to do so. So India is definitely looking at this as a provocation. They do not like the military buildup that's going on. Both sides have been sending more troops to that region just for the standoff, a couple thousand on both sides. But we're seeing China starting to make bigger and bigger moves, especially because China was not happy with India, Japan, and the U.S. doing those naval drills. All right, because they saw that as a direct provocation, a direct threat against their push to increase their influence in the region. That's why every time we see the U.S. buzz the South China Sea, where China has those man-made islands that they currently have military stations on, China's not happy about it. All right. We also have seen China have different naval vessels go near Japanese waters, different aircraft kind of buzz Japanese airspace. And when Japan said, hey, we don't like this, this is not okay, this isn't how things work, China said, hey, get used to it. All right, we're in this area, we're going to be in this area, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. So we definitely see China kind of being the aggressor when it comes to these different crises that are happening in that region. So the situation that we're seeing in the Chicken's Neck is something we're going to have to pay attention to, because this is 2 nuclear-armed states, just kind of like when we see these different spats happen between India and Pakistan. But this seems to be going further than just a disagreement of like different borders and territory, because the amount of military hardware, the amount of troops that we have in that area, the amount of time that's passed since this has begun. This is something we're going to have to keep our eyes on, guys. This is something I feel like you guys should know. So as more information comes out, guys, we'll definitely talk about it. We'll have a discussion, because I don't see this ending anytime soon. India doesn't seem to be backing down. They don't, they're another Asian power. They think that, hey, we can project power just as much as China can, and then China's just not liking that right now, because they're the only superpower in Asia as we speak, and they want to keep it that way. So as more information comes out, guys, make sure to check back, because we'll be covering it.